My dear friend Kevin McCarthy. Kevin, thank you for coming on. Just, quick one on this Biden thing. I mean, all right, so Papa Biden says no pardon, but you could commute the sentence, and then he's like parsing words, but he could get away with that.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah.
But I think he would try to delay sentencing, get past November 6th, and try to deal with it.
Oh, not make that announcement until after the election.
He'd try whatever he can do to delay this so he can do it after the election.
Interesting. How did you read it? Does it have Hunter's conviction any implications for presidential politics?
I don't think so, because this is a son. Everybody knows Hunter's problems. Mm-hmm. I think what's really happened is the more serious actions, if you would have taken the money and the taxes, and you take those IRS whistleblowers, mm-hmm. That's really what should be tried. But that would tie you to the brother and could tie up to the big guy. Mm-hmm. So really, just doing this, the Bidens are happy that this is the only thing they went after.
The tough one's going to be the tax evasion one, because that's when you look at all the income, and that's when all the stuff that Comer is going to put together, which you sanctioned when you were Speaker.
Yeah, but remember what they did. They delayed it long enough where they could wipe away some of the more serious actions.
And you think they have wiped away? Wow, well, that gets me going.
Oh yeah, but
that is awful.
I know these IRS whistleblowers are really remarkable people who came forward. Had they never done that, we would never be at this place today.
Wow, that is, isn't that something? Why
Statute of limitations, they waited before they go, so they gave him the opportunity because that Burisma money and all that got the statute of limitations. So the most serious portions of it, the known IRS individuals allowed it to go without trying to.
It's like Hillary stuff when she bleached it.
Totally.
Yeah, it's the same.
They do the opposite with us, though.
Yeah, I know. They reinstored it.
Yeah.
Kevin McCarthy, former President Trump's coming to Washington tomorrow. He's going to meet with the House and Senate Republican conferences. It's kind of an interesting thing. It's his first time in doing this since essentially taking the nomination. What would you advise him? I know you're a friend. What would you advise him?
I was just with the president Monday down in Palm Beach. Mm-hmm. I think he is more disciplined, and you know him very well. We served within there. He is more disciplined than I've seen before. He has had more come at him than anybody, human being, has ever possibly been through. And I think what I see is he stays on message because he stays what the American people, he stays on issues, even during the trial. I think it's going to be a rally. Members are going to be excited to see him. I think he's stronger than he's ever been. If you compare this to where he was 4 years ago, remember, Biden only won by 48,918 votes, but his favorability was plus 10. He's now at the lowest point of 37 of any president running for re-election. He also, it's a flip if you look at where the polls were right now 4 years ago, it's a plus 8 on President Trump's side. So I think this is a moment in time for him to be almost a statesman going into the debate. Don't take the bait in the debate. Stick on issues. You've said it many times before. It's all about economics. Yeah. It's the border and inflation. And that's what he's been talking about.
And he's been pushing, success is the best revenge.
Yes.
Prosperity is a unifier. And that's what we've learned as Republicans down through the years, beginning all the way back with my former boss, Ronald Reagan.
100%.
Opportunity, growth, the rising tide lifts all boats, all that stuff. That's what unifies the country.
It does, but it also drives people to him because they've watched in his own life, right? This is a very successful man. But who is his biggest supporters? The working class of America.
Yes.
And he, like your old boss, Ronald Reagan, who, 37 years ago, stood before the wall, tear this wall down, right? The Berlin Wall. But what he realizes, he's bringing more people to the party that normally aren't here. Yeah. And if you look at the vote out there, Hispanics, very close to winning that vote. You look at Black Americans, the highest vote in any modern-day Republican got for president was Nixon at 13. He's at 22%. There's no way Democrats can win if that. So they continue to go after it. But I tell you, Biden fails every time. You watched him at his event the other night. He's just stiff.
You're bullish. You're bullish on the GOP, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. I think election today, not only does Trump win, the Senate, and look, it's easy. We won the last 2 cycles where everybody else lost in the House. When people didn't think we could give it. But it's easier to win this cycle than it was the other ones.
Wow.
And remember, last time Biden ran for president, it was the first time since 1994, not one Republican incumbent lost. And I'll tell you this, Trump's endorsement is stronger today than it was even a month ago. Not one person lost last night that had his endorsement.
Kevin McCarthy, the best of the best. Thank you for coming on. We
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.